Hello and welcome to this video. My name's Liz and this is Guided by Angels, and I've been asked to do a full deck walkthrough of my Twin Flame Reunion Oracle, so that's what we're going to do today. I'm going to show you each card and we're going to talk a little bit about it. And this deck is really created for when you come back together. It doesn't matter whether it's been a long separation you've been in or just a few days apart, you're going to feel all these feelings. And this is from their perspective and yours. So you'll both go through these emotions. You'll both experience these feelings and these thoughts when you're coming back into a reunion. And a reunion is when you're coming back together after a period of time. As I said, it could feel like a lifetime, even if it's only been a couple of days. Or you could have had years in separation or years in no contact or silence. But when you come together, it's like no time has passed. All the feelings return, not that they ever went away, but you feel everything very intensely in the body and everything seems to make sense again. And that's why for the picture on the front of this deck, I kind of chose this picture of the reconciliation there with, the couple talking, but also the baggage being lifted away. These hot air balloons are the symbol of the release of the stress, the release of the initial struggle, the release. So there may still be things that need to be released, karmic things, but it's the relief of reconnection, how it feels. You feel relieved when you come back together. So let's have a look at this deck then. So as I said, this could be from your perspective or theirs or the both of you, but it's how you feel when you come back together. And if you are interested in this deck, if you do like this deck, you want to buy this deck, you can check it out with the link below and all of my decks through makeplayingcards.com. So let's have a look at each card then. The only thing that matters is being with you. Now that's really how it does feel when you come back together. When you come back together, that's what matters. So you may be dealing with other things in your life. You may be having issues at work. You could have financial things going on. There could still be a karmic situation. But the only thing that matters is being together. That's how it really does feel. When you look into each other's eyes again and you see each other again or you talk again after a long period of time apart, it really is like nothing else matters. And it's like the whole world goes away and there's just the two of you standing there. And that's another reason why I chose this picture with the water, the flow, the sunlight coming up. This is the sunset or the sunrise, depending how you look at this. But it really is about the dawn of a new day. Everything leads me back to you, and that's the truth. It doesn't matter how far you go from each other, what you go through when you're not together. It doesn't matter because all paths lead home. Everything leads back to each other. And that's also through the paths you take, the things you do, and the signs that you see. Everything leads me back to you, and it's so powerful. And these are conversations you'll have when you come back together, and you'll talk about how the universe creates the way. A lot different than forcing a reunion or trying to make something happen. When you let go and surrender and give it to God, everything leads you back together because the universe creates the way. I will move anywhere that you are. And that's because the only thing that matters is being together, is being with each other. I'll move anywhere that you are. So this is showing you that distance, location, places, nothing matters. Because you'll move where you need to be. So move is also about an actual physical move. It could be a relocation or moving to a building or a place, but it's more moving to where you are, being with you, coming towards you. Because moving towards you is an action step, and that's what I'm connecting with there today. Looking into your eyes is home. So when you look into each other's eyes, it feels nice, it feels normal, it feels natural. It feels like you are looking into the other part of your soul because you are. And that's why you feel like you've come home, because it's that reconnection. It's that spark and that feeling and that knowingness of where you truly belong. Let's start again. So when you come back together, dredging up the past and going over it, it just doesn't work. These are the things you work on during separation, during that time apart, to forgive the self, to forgive each other and everything else. So when you do reunite and reconcile and you do come back into that reunion, you can start again. And that's what you both want, a fresh start, a clean slate to begin again. When you touch me, I go weak at the knees. And that's how your person feels too. You will feel that way, they feel that way too. And you don't need to touch to go weak at the knees around them. They touch you with a look. They touch you with a word. They touch you with a feeling. When you touch me, I go weak at the knees. Why? Because you were destined. You were my destiny. Maybe you're hearing songs about destiny. Or you're hearing songs about being brought back together because you know where you truly belong. You are my destiny. Why? Because we belong together. And I'm in love with everything that you are. So this is them showing you they're in love with you. It doesn't need words sometimes. It's just felt. It's spoken through the eyes. It's spoken through the feelings, the energy. I'm in love with you. And I'm in love with everything that you are. The person that you are, the things that you do, the way you are. It always feels so right with you. And this is why it's so important to be yourself. To be yourself because it feels so right. And what I'm connecting with and channeling right now as I record this in real time, as we prepare for October, if you're watching this right now, is ascension symptoms. Because if you're going through ascension symptoms right now, especially like cold and flu symptoms, sinus things, it's because you've been prepared for this reunion. So many reunions are going to be coming back in between now and the end of 2024. So it's going to feel right, and that's what you are releasing. So it's like you are a snake right now, shedding the skin. So if you are going through any physical things, throat chakra activation, if you're going through sinus things like you got blocked nose, or you're going through cold and flu-like symptoms, or you're just feeling a bit run down, and that's what I am actually channeling today too, it's because you're being prepared for this next step. So it always feels so right with you. It's like no time has passed when we come back together, and that's the truth. It will be like you saw each other yesterday, even if it's been 20, 30 years. No time has passed. Why? Because the feelings are still there, the emotions, the intensity of the love. It was like you saw each other yesterday, but you've both been through so much change and growth since you saw each other last. So even though it may feel like no time has passed, so many lessons have been learned. You smell so good. This is your natural scent. So yes, you may wear a specific shade, like aftershave or perfume, or they may do, and that can also enhance their smell and your smell, but it's your natural essence, your natural presence, and they smell that and it feels so good. Being without you just isn't an option anymore. So they know they just can't be without you. Just like you know you can't be without them. It's not an option anymore. So this is about changes coming in. Apologies coming in. I'm sorry. Many of them will apologise, or you'll say sorry to each other. You still got it. Of course you have. You've still got it because they feel everything that you feel. They still feel it the way that you feel it. You still got it. And that's how you'll feel when you come back together, because you know it's real. Being with you is everything. And I want to know everything you've been doing. So when you come back together, it's going to be interesting and exciting to find out what you've both been up to. Wanting to talk about things, wanting to get to know each other again. Reminded of that feeling that you share, that you've never wanted anyone the way you want each other. And that's the truth. I've never wanted anyone. I've never lusted for anyone. I've never desired anyone. I've never felt so strongly for anyone the way that I feel for you. It's finally our time. This is how it's going to feel when you come back together. The universe creates the way. I've changed a lot for the better, and so have you. You've both changed on this journey. You've both grown. You've both been through experiences, whether they've been karmic experiences or spiritual experiences, to end up where you are right now, because you are each other's destination. You are my destination. You are where I belong. I could stare at you forever. That's why you look into each other's eyes, and sometimes you can't break that. That's why you feel you could just look at them forever, because you are one, and it's so powerful, the connection you share. Let's make it official. This is coming out into the open, telling people that you're going to be together. This can be talking about the future, talking about commitment, talking about a ring. You are so special and fine. And that's how you feel for each other. So if you're feeling that way about them, remember that's how they feel about you. So value yourself and remember your own worth. You make my heart beat fast, so your heart will beat faster when you're together, because it's that reconnection. And you may go through a heart chakra activation. You make my heart beat fast because of the excitement, but also the way that you feel nervous too. You feel everything in one go. You have been in my dreams, and it's so powerful how you dream of each other, especially during the times when the universe is setting things up. So when the universe is creating serendipity, creating the reunion, creating the way, you're going to have those dreams. So they may well say to you, you've been in my dreams, I've been dreaming about you, because that's how you're reminded that this love is real. Let's meet up. So if you're talking on the phone or you're messaging each other, there will be a time and a point where you arrange to meet up in person. But there may be some fear still. I'm afraid of the changes I must make that give me fear. Wow. And whenever I channel fear, it comes up as burpee energy because the solar plexus is expelling that very quickly. So anytime you go through fear, you may experience that physically as a physical channeled sensation. I'm still afraid. I'm still afraid of the changes I must make. So there could be some things that still need to change. It could be the release of a karmic partner. It could be changes at work. It could be relocation. There could be some financial things. There could be other things that need to happen. So this is saying they're still afraid of the changes, but this time let's make it work. So this is showing you they're not going to let those changes or those fears around what they need to do stop it from working this time. This time, let's make it work. Let's do what we need to do to make it happen. Let's drive somewhere new. So you may get in the car and go for a drive. You may go somewhere completely new to the both of you, somewhere you've never been or experienced before, to have a memory of the reunion. I cried when I received your message, and that's so beautiful, because when you come back together, it's just so powerful, intense, and it just feels like, oh, I've been wanting this for so long, and you've messaged me. And it brings emotion up. It does. It brings tears of joy, happiness, sadness all in one go. It's like that release of emotion. I checked up on you often. And you'll notice this when you're talking to your twin flame, when you're talking to them, they will have been checking up on you. It may have been social media. It could have been through friends and family. Could be in some other way. But they will have checked up on you often the way you check up on them. Having you in my life is all I've ever wanted, and that's the truth. No matter what the circumstances, the situation, no matter how long it's taken, that's all they've ever wanted. That's all you've ever wanted. And it would be easier, yes, if things happened easier, but we grow and learn on this journey. That's why we come here. Don't ever let go. Don't ever let me go. Don't ever let go. Hold on. And oh boy, I've missed you. Wow, oh boy. I have missed you. That's a huge statement there. I've missed you so much. I've missed being with you. I can't remember a time that I didn't love you, because they've always loved you really from the moment they were born into this body. They may not have been aware of it then, but once they became aware of everything and became aware of you directly, there wasn't a day that went by where they didn't feel that way. You feel like home to me. Why? Because you are one. Because it's natural. I always see signs that remind me of you, of course. And that these are, again, things you're going to talk about. The fact that they checked up on you and you checked up on them. The fact that you saw signs about them and they saw signs about you. The fact that you dreamt of each other. I always see signs that remind me of you. And I've been through so much growth. So even though it will feel like no time has passed, you've both been through so much together and apart. You've grown, you've become wiser, more spiritual, more truthful within your own soul and self. But there'll still be jealousy sometimes that is released. I still get jealous. And these are things that happen and were healed before union. I still get jealous. How can you still make me feel this way after all this time? And that isn't in a bad way. That's not saying, oh, you still hurt me or you let me down. This is you saying, wow. After all this time, after this amount of time, this amount of years, you still make me feel nervous. You still make me feel excited. You still make me feel passion, desire, the love after all this time. And for someone who's been on this journey for over 20 years, it's absolutely that feeling. It's like, wow, after all these years, I still feel that way. It's so intense and powerful. Let's catch up. And this can be something they say to you kind of to test the water, because they may be in a little bit of fear thinking, do you want to meet up? Do you want to connect in person? They may still be fearful about you rejecting them or pushing them away because of the things that have happened in the past. So they may just say it lightly, let's catch up, because they want to know what you've been up to and what you've been doing. But what they're really saying is, let's meet up, let's connect, let's look into each other's eyes, let's feel the passion. And I've been thinking about you a lot, because you were constantly on each other's minds, especially more as you come into reunion. No matter where I am, I can always sense you, and that's the truth. Doesn't matter how far away you are from each other, you can always sense each other. You can sense each other when you're in the next room or in the next city or in the next country. I love you, and I've never stopped loving you. And these are things you'll admit to each other when you come together. I don't want to waste any more time. And there never is a wasted time or moment, because you learn and you grow and you evolve and you become the person you've come here to be. But you know you don't want to waste any more time apart, because being apart, it's not an option anymore. Hold me forever. Never let me go. And I want a photo with you. Why? Because they love looking at you and they love seeing themselves with you. And this is also about things you're going to create in the future together, memories and photos that you'll put in frames around where you live. I'm nervous about seeing you again, and that's normal. That's normal, no matter how nice it feels to be together, no matter how much it feels like home being together, you'll both still feel nervous about seeing each other again, especially if it's been years that you've been apart. But it's also a nervous excitement. It's not like fear. You know, it's excitement. It's like, whoa, how's it going to feel? It's the knowingness that it's just going to feel so intense. How can you still do this to me after all this time? You know, this is the way you feel. The way you feel after all this time. Can I call you? And they will definitely want to call you up and hear your voice. You still take my breath away. Still. It's not you take my breath away. You still take my breath away after all this time. After all these years, after all these moments apart, because every inch of you is perfect to me. So again, this is about you knowing your own worth and value, understanding how beautiful you are to your person, no matter what you feel like your flaws are, because you are perfect and flawless to them. Every inch of you is perfect. And that's why they want to stare at you and look at you. I just want to look at you. Why? Because I've missed you. Just you, only you. Body, heart, mind and soul, because we are one soul. You are my always and forever. Time stands still because you are that bonded love. It's just so powerful. What I'm connecting with is how it goes beyond words. It goes beyond words and it doesn't need words. It's a lot like in Back to the Future 2 when, at the end of the Back to the Future where Doc comes in the car and he says to Marty, where we're going, we don't need roads. Because he's going somewhere in the future. It's like, you don't need words because it's felt. Your smile is everything. They love your smile. They don't want to be the cause of your suffering or your pain. They want to be the reason you smile. No matter how much time goes by, you are still my person. You are still my person, that's the truth. No matter how much time goes by. And this is how important and powerful the journey is. Nothing will ever get in the way of this love. No matter what, when you guys are meant to reunite and come back together, nothing can stop you, because love is the most powerful force in the universe. Nothing else matters. Nothing else matters when I'm with you. Why? Because time stands still. Time is power. It's beautiful. Nothing else matters. And it's so powerful, you know, with these cards, because we've got these energies that link in. You know, the energies that says, no matter where I am, I can always sense you. Nothing else matters when I'm with you. So if you're pulling this deck, you know, if you're creating this, like doing this deck, or doing a reading, creating a reading, should I say, with this deck, and you pull this card out and one that's very similar for them, your energy, their energy, shows that you are mirroring each other's energies. Certain songs I hear make me crazy. Why? Because they remind you of each other. I wanted to contact you so many times before I did, and that's the truth. They will constantly cross your mind and you will constantly cross their mind. This is powerful because even if they're in a karmic situation, even if they're repressing their feelings, they'll still want to contact you so many times. And they always have fantasies about you, always. Hearing your voice is so good. That's why they want to ring you up and call you and connect with you. I would drive all night for just 5 minutes with you. And it doesn't matter if they don't drive or, you know, vehicles. This can be going on a train, going on a plane. They will travel no matter how long it takes for just 5 minutes with you, because that's how special and important you are. Just like it was yesterday. Just like it was yesterday, because the feelings are so intense. It's been so long, I just want to rip off your clothes. That lust, that desire, that longing, that yearning, that need for each other physically is always there. I forgive you. I forgive the past. I forgive everything. Yeah, I'll jump on a plane to get to you. So understand they will do what it takes to be with you. You turn me on so much, I just want to taste you. I want to taste your lips. I want to taste your body. I want to kiss every inch of you. It always feels so natural with you, and that's the truth. Again, it doesn't matter how much time has passed. It doesn't matter how nervous you both are. It will feel so natural when you are together. I will always want you intimately. Of course, because you are one. Wow, that happened to me too. You're going to have these moments in reunion where you talk about things that have happened. And they'll be like, wow, that happened to me too. Or they're going to talk about something that's happened. You'll think, wow, that happened to me too. The power of this love and this connection. I love you more today than I did yesterday, absolutely. And I'm so grateful for our love, and gratitude is the most powerful thing you can have on this journey. When you're grateful, everything increases. And they do want to see you. I want to see you. I want to look at you. I want to catch up with you. I want to hear your voice. I want to talk to you. Let's meet up, because they want to see you. So have faith in this love. Your reunion is on the way, especially if you start seeing things like, obviously, the eagle, the stag, all of those signs. If you start dreaming about them, hearing songs about them, feeling them very powerfully in the body. But also if you start seeing hot air balloons, because that's a symbol of release. If you see couples talking, coming back together, these are all signs that your reunion is close. So if you'd like to get your hands on this deck to use for yourself or on your own YouTube channel or for your own readings, just check it out on makeplayingcards.com. Have a great day. I'm sending you so much love, and I'll see you soon.